Prince William shakes it off to Taylor Swift on his 42nd birthday and almost breaks the internet. Plus, Princess Anne is hospitalized as Kate shares a candid snap of her family. And Kevin Costner reveals the plot for a Princess Diana bodyguard movie. And royal photographer Samir Hussain talks about his new Princess Diana exhibition and her favorite photograph.
He got into a conversation with her and she said she was very nervous when it came to appearing in front of big sort of iconic landmarks.
We've got that plus so much more in today's Royally Us. Hey everyone, I'm Christina, that's Christine, and welcome to Royally Us, and I am so excited about this week. I mean, I watched the video of Prince William dancing to Taylor Swift about 1,000 times. I'm sure you have as well.
I can't express to you how happy that made me. We have so many stories to get into this week, but I think that one's probably going to be everyone's favorite.
It's definitely going to be everybody's favorite, definitely. But before we get into that, we do want to update you on Princess Anne because she has been hospitalized following an accident at her home. Buckingham Palace did confirm. So they did release a statement saying that the Princess Royal has sustained minor injuries and concussion following an incident on the Gatcombe Park estate yesterday evening. Her Royal Highness remains in Southmead Hospital, Bristol, as a precautionary measure for observation and is expected to make a full and swift recovery. The statement, which has been shared by multiple news outlets and via social media, added that King Charles has been kept closely informed on Anne's health, and he joins the whole royal family in sending his fondest love and well wishes to the princess for a speedy recovery. I know that her husband has been visiting her at the hospital. There were some reports that she did sustain some memory loss, but they are saying that she will make a full recovery.
Yeah, we're hearing that she was on a walk at Gatcombe Estate, which is where she lives, and this was a horse-related incident. We know she's a huge lover of horses, and so many details are sort of unclear, although that feels very consistent with Princess Anne. She probably does not want a lot of fuss. She's probably mostly annoyed that this has caused such a kerfuffle, but it does seem that it was very much precautionary, and as they said, minor injuries, a minor concussion, and she's probably back out and about. I'm sure we'll see her back to work very soon. But as you said, I think that, yeah, this is a year of health issues for the royal family like we've never seen before. And so I'm sure it's disappointing for Princess Anne. I mean, I really do. I think she's quite annoyed by this. This just seems like something that would just get in the way of her diary. But it does feel like another sort of worrying health update from a royal family that's usually quite healthy.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, it's kind of like week after week, we're getting these unfortunate news. But like we said, she's supposed to make a full recovery. But also, like you said, it's probably just an annoyance at this point. But but she seems like a very tough, strong woman. So I'm sure she will be totally fine. All right. Like we said off the top, Prince William truly had the best day ever at Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert in London. He attended the first Eras show at Wembley Stadium on June 21st with his children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, from a private box. So William even proved he was a cool dad, busting out a move to Taylor's Shake It Off. Like we said, everybody's seen the social media footage of him wildly shimmying his shoulders during the song. Charlotte was also seen grooving along ahead of the concert, which fell on William's 42nd birthday. William and his kids went backstage to meet Taylor and Travis Kelce. Taylor even snapped a selfie of the moment. The royals shared it as well. Now, Princess Kate did sit this one out along with Prince Louis, who I would have loved to seen at this concert. But Kate did share a sweet tribute to her husband for his special day. But wow, what a way to celebrate your birthday. I didn't even think it was him at first because those moves I was not expecting.
It's the best video, I mean, that I think I've ever seen of Prince William. He's just so going for it to shake it off. Princess Charlotte, dancing and she's into it, but it's really Prince William who's like, head first, just dancing his heart out. I didn't take him for a Swiftie. If you asked me, I would have guessed that Kate was the Swiftie, but we know that she stayed home with Prince Louis. It is a long show. Taylor's portion is 3.5 hours, and then there's acts before that. It's quite a lot of travel. It's such a chaotic event, but in the best way. So I think it was probably prudent to keep the 5-year-old at home, and obviously it would take a lot of energy out of Kate to be there, but I hope Prince William, clearly he enjoyed his birthday celebrations.
Really did. Best night ever. And it's just so sweet that he was able to take his kids with him and like they were just having a good time. So now we know what is playing probably nonstop in their household. And I hope he comes back again when she returns to Wembley Stadium in August because we need more of this. And I think it's just great to see them let loose because it's been such a trying time for the family. So it's really nice to see them just kind of have fun, be normal, and just have a really fun night out.
I totally agree. We know that they were there with William's cousins, Zara Tyndall and her husband Mike and their children, and there's a few more friends in the box with them. So it was a real fun night out. But maybe in August, when Taylor comes back to Wembley, we'll have a little date night for William and Kate. I think that would be really fun to see. But fingers crossed that everyone's feeling better. We have no more health updates, and we can just get really fun, shake it off style dancing from here on out.
Definitely. I mean, even the Palace band, when they were doing the changing of the guard, was playing Taylor Swift. So, like, everybody.
Because they were playing Shake It Off, weren't they? So the Palace band was playing Shake It Off during changing the guard. Maybe it's William's favorite song. Now we know. And he sort of slipped a note into the army like, hey, guys, I'd really like to hear this one.
Love it so much. It's such a great moment and definitely one that we will be talking about for quite some time. All right, let's spill some royalty. And British dance legend Shirley Ballas revealed what really went down when Princess Kate visited a Strictly Come Dancing set back in the fall of 2023. She said on Virgin Radio, last year it was Kate with the 3 children and they were absolutely divine. Their behavior was beautiful and it was Halloween week, so I gave them little crowns, and the little boy Louis, I gave him some sweets, but he wanted a crown and they were just fabulous. The whole day was spectacular. She added that they were so relaxed and the children were running around and they got to sit in all the seats of the judges. It was fantastic. We were welcoming and they were very, very beautiful human beings. It's so nice to see that they're so like down to earth and normal. And it's just a testament to William and Kate for raising good humans.
I think this is so lovely. Strictly Come Dancing is the UK equivalent of Dancing with the Stars. So it's a huge fan following. I mean, people really, really love tuning in every week. And we know that Kate and her mother, Carol, are huge fans of the show and watch it regularly. So to include the children, I think is so much fun. To bring them along and have this experience, I think is really, really cool. But as you said, everything we hear about them is just that they're down to earth. They're really sweet. It was lovely to meet them. And so you know that William and Kate as parents must be doing something right.
Something right, definitely. All right. Well, the Crown actress Meg Bellamy is opening up about the toll of playing Princess Kate on The Crown. So she played a younger version of Kate in the 6th and final season of the Netflix drama last year, as the show depicted the early romance between William and Kate while they were at St. Andrews University in Scotland. So she told the Mail on Sunday, I'd had this long day of press. It had gone well. Then I went on my phone and there was all this negative stuff about my body online. She noted that the general gist of the mean comments was, you're too fat to play Kate. So she added that was a glimpse into being a woman in this industry. I thought, okay, that's a sign to distance yourself because it doesn't mean anything. You can't listen to that sort of stuff. She's added that the trolling typically comes from men called Gary who are holding a fish in their profile picture. She added, I've had so many amazing things happen to me. They're the losers for saying that. I'm living my best life over here. And that she is. She got to play, Princess Kate on the season of The Crown while those people are holding fish in their profile picture. So I think she'll get the last laugh.
These people, all they're doing is trolling on Twitter, whereas she's, sort of living her dreams, acting in these amazing roles and pushing her career forward. It is such a sad glimpse into what women face, especially in that industry. But also I think with the Princess of Wales, I think there's a bit of a relationship there where, the Princess of Wales is constantly, she's too thin. She's not thin enough. She gained weight when she was pregnant, then she lost too much weight. And there's so much criticism towards her. And then even the actresses playing her, Kate's so thin that this very slim actress isn't thin enough to play her. And it's just an absurd conversation about women's bodies that needs to stop. And Meg is completely correct. It's always someone on Twitter who has like a strange profile picture, and it's almost always a man.
Right. You would think by this point we would be so far beyond this conversation, but the fact that it's still happening is just baffling to me, that people are still so obsessed with their weight and what people look like. And she gave a great performance and I thought she looked fantastic. Why can't we just focus on that?
And there was no one saying that, like that Ed McVeigh, who played Prince William, wasn't tall enough or anything like that. Like that wasn't part of the discourse.
Exactly.
It was just about the female actresses in their roles. So hopefully we can move past this, and one day women's bodies will not be up for public, discussion.
We would hope so. All right, moving on. This is such an interesting story to me. So Kevin Costner was ready to protect Princess Diana in The Bodyguard 2. So he shared plot details for the canceled sequel on the Howard Stern show, confirming that a script featuring Diana had been written at the time of her death in August of 1997. He said that the sequel would have seen his former Secret Service agent, Frank Farmer, visiting Hong Kong to look after a prized racehorse when he is drawn into Diana's orbit. He said he was introduced to Diana by her sister-in-law, Sarah Ferguson, in the 90s after The Bodyguard came out, and he pitched her the movie. At the time, Diana was separating from King Charles. So it seemed like she was kind of open to it. He said, I'm going to do Bodyguard 2, and I think I can build this around you. Would you be interested? She goes, yes, my life's about to change. I thought I understood what she's saying. I'd like to open my life. I think I would like to do this. According to Kevin, Diana even pitched a kissing scene between them. And he said, the second time we talked, she said, is there going to be a kissing scene? I said, do you want there to be one? She said, yeah. And I said, oh, then we'll do that. I love this. Following her death, he felt the movie was no longer viable, saying, I could not replace Princess Di. He also detailed how he clashed with the royal family when the news leaked out a year after Diana's death that he was working on the movie. He said, the royal family kind of turned on me a little bit. It was like, no, that's not true. It got actually kind of ugly. I let it go for a while. It just got uglier and uglier. I called them up and said, stop. You need to stop because it is true. So interesting. It's so interesting what her life, I mean, you could always, hypothesize and speculate what her life would have looked like, but I wonder if, Hollywood was calling her name.
I think this is this was a great rumor for a long time that we sort of knew was true, that like Kevin Costner says, like it was true, but so many people were trying to say, no, it's not. I think it would have caused a huge amount of stir. I mean, can you imagine Princess Diana starring in The Bodyguard 2 would have been like an enormous just frenzy within the media. And it's a really sad thing that it didn't come about. I love that Sarah Ferguson was involved. We love stories where she pops up. But it sort of goes further into how much the royal family has changed and also not changed in their relationship with Hollywood and how they feel about these sort of acting and TV roles, and how the palace offices can often try and suppress stories that they think maybe aren't the best reflection of the royal family. But I actually think this would have been amazing for Princess Diana. Like Kevin Costner sort of says, like she would have had a whole other life that she got the opportunity to live, and it's so sad that she didn't. But she could have done so many amazing things.
Right. And I think he also said in that interview that Prince William once told him that his mother had a crush on him. So who knows what could have happened then too. I mean, there's the endless possibilities, but it is interesting that the royal family got so angry about this story because, like you said, this probably wasn't the narrative that they thought Diana should have been living. Probably, like you said, they have a very, love-hate relationship with Hollywood, I guess, especially back in the day. But I guess this was not the move that they had wanted her to make.
I can see, Princess Diana kissing Kevin Costner in this Hollywood film maybe being a little bit weird. At least from the palace's point of view, where they're sort of trying to keep her, saintly or whatever. That would have been just a sensational scene to see on the big screen.
Yeah. Seriously, what a blockbuster hit it would have been. All right, well, time to break down the royal rules. And we talked with someone else that had close ties with Princess Diana. Samir Hassan, a royal photographer who, alongside his father, Anwar, and brother Zach, worked with Diana and, of course, the royal family for over 4 decades. Evidence of that strong bond can be seen on display at the Princess Diana Accredited Access Exhibition, a new exhibit that features some of her most iconic photos, paired with commentary from the royal photographers. I caught up with Samir to talk about Diana and her favorite photograph of his father's. Take a look. Obviously, your father got to spend time with her, following her around and being with her in intimate moments that a lot of people weren't privy to. Was there a specific conversation that they had that really sticks out to him? Or, what was she really like when, cameras weren't in her face all the time, which was, all the time.
There was one time in Egypt when they'd arranged sort of an informal drinks, and my father was a bit late to the drinks because he was processing his films, and Princess Diana was there. And when he arrived, Diana came up to him and said, why haven't you got to drink? And not realizing that he had arrived late. And my father just said, sort of jokingly, that, it's because I'm a Muslim, they won't serve me. And so she said, no, we can't have that. And she ran off to find a drink for him. And it was just then when she came back that he told her that they were joking. And they always used to joke around like that the whole time. There was another time during that exact same time at the drinks reception, he got into a conversation with her, and she said she was very nervous when it came to appearing in front of big sort of iconic landmarks, and she was visiting the Egypt the next day, and she was going to be visiting the pyramids the next day. And she said, I just find myself very uneasy when I have to pose in front of these sort of iconic, about what to do. And my father says, well, you're so natural. Why don't you just pretend you're a model? And she just said, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to try that. She goes, I'm going to be walking past the pyramids, and just for a second, I'm going to pretend to be a model, but you have to capture it. And sure enough, the next day, when she walked past the pyramids, very iconic picture, she sort of almost like a ballerina went up on her sort of tiptoes and gave this looked like she was walking like a model, and my father was able to capture it. And when you see the picture, you can see exactly that she's sort of really posing, like doing like a model walk. So they had a good relationship, but I think it was a lot about sort of humor and trust and just having that connection.
What an incredible wealth of stories that they all have about the royal family. Samir and Zach have photographed, of course, Prince William and Kate's wedding, Meghan Markle's wedding, and Prince Harry. So the amount of stories and things that they have witnessed in real life, it's really just incredible.
They are such amazing photographers. This set looks like such a great exhibit. We know it just went through the US. Yeah. Now it's coming to the UK, and it's so exciting. I think it's definitely a must visit this summer.
It really is. It really is. All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode of Royally Us. What a fun week this was.
Like we're back to the royal news that we all, know and love. It's mostly good stories and fun things that we get to talk about.
No drama here. All right. Well, that is it. Yes. That is it for this week's episode of Royally Us. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you next week.